Look at the time. Time for a show. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but they're particularly loud this morning, making quite the racket in the backyard. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Forgot the salt today. That's all right. Still good. So this is the pour over. I think I talked about this. I don't know that I've showed it. It's a little slower than the tea strainer because the holes are smaller, but it doesn't, not as much stuff, physical sediment passes through. So I think I'm good with this. I think this is a good thing to do. You know what I still haven't done with this though? I still haven't used the burr grinder because I've been very lazy in the mornings. It's been hard to sleep. It's been hot. Last night the heat broke, fortunately. I don't know what the temperature is now, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. Sunday night, it got down to 70. And last night, it's got to be in the low 60s, maybe mid 60s, but it feels much better in here. And I think it's only supposed to be 79 today. Yay! That's much more tolerable. Well, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday really had one thing. I went to the prosthodontist. I've talked a few times about my concern over this, and the short of it is I'm going to be okay. There will be a bunch of work that has to be done. It will be very expensive. I don't have insurance. I have some savings, so I'll be able to cover it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I expected to come out of it. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. It's going to be something that consumes me for a while. It's going to be something I'm thinking a lot about. It's surgery. Never really had surgery. I'm scared. It's going to cost a lot of money. This is not how I wanted to spend the money. Not even remotely. And it's going to take some time. Time that I would rather spend on just about anything else. You know the jokes people make about root canals? Well, I'd rather have a root canal. Well, I'm getting a root canal. But it's times like this that I am really thankful that I have the flexible schedule. I have good health otherwise. That this is the first time I have to face something like this, that I have the money put aside. If we want to play the it could be worse game, it could be a lot worse. Could it have been better? Probably not. The crown that I have lasted 23 years, which from what they're telling me is pretty good. So, all right. If we're going to do it, let's do it, right? What else happened yesterday? That was it. I left the appointment and went to a Mexican place, walked around an outdoor store, and came home and did a tiny little bit of work and watched some TV. I needed that time to just mourn isn't the right word. Just kind of stew. Just to, I guess to be honest, to feel sorry for myself. And I did. And now I can move on. Now what's going on today? Today we've got a couple fun things going on. I'm recording an interview It's Tuesday. We try to put all the interviews and recordings on Tuesday, so I got that. And then this evening, recording a follow-up to the episode on homeschooling. So if you go back a few weeks, we did an episode on the coming opportunity for homeschooling for martial arts schools, and have put together a small panel, 2 people and myself, who have experience with martial arts and homeschooling and teaching homeschoolers, and we're going to have a conversation about it, about where this can go, and I think it'll be interesting. One of the people has been on the show before, one of them is not. So we'll see. So I'm doing that. I've got a late lunch with a friend, somebody that we've been trying to schedule with for a long time. So that's come. Finally be able to do that. Probably go to the gym, work out, and I guess this morning I'll do email and consulting work. Just whatever I got going on. This, knock on wood, looks to be a light week, so I'm thankful for that. And it's probably a light week because I'm not filling it with a bunch of appointments. That's typically what I do. I usually have a bunch of appointments and then I scramble to get stuff done. That's something I need to be better about, is it's saying no. Hey, can we have this meeting? Can we do this? And sure. And that's where we're at. I think there's even dew on the ground. So cool it got last night. That's good. I've got a sleepy cat here next to me. You may have seen she was the thumbnail image for the episode. Finally got a good picture of her. Usually I can't get a good picture of her for that. Usually I end up blurry and half an eyeball, but she stayed somewhat still this time. All right, let's see what you all wrote in. What kind of things do we have to respond to? We continue to see Zuza getting love. Richard saying Zoo's machine. She's a purr monster. One of my many nicknames for her. If you have a pet, you probably have a ridiculous number of nicknames for them. But we've got 3 quotes here from Frank. First one, fighting is the best thing a man can have in his soul. I think when he, and that is from Renzo Gracie. Fighting is the best thing a man can have in his soul. A fight. Hiccup. There we go. A fighting spirit. That's how I would interpret that. The perseverance, the devotion, the dedication. It's something I have in spades, something that at times I struggle to let go of. I think that the best way to see that, if you go back to my 20s and look at my romantic relationships, which I'm not going to go into any detail on other than to say I was never the one that pulled the plug. I fought not with, but for those relationships because that's what you're supposed to do. I fight for the stuff that matters. I will put 100% in, and then if that's not enough, I will find a way to put in more. You know what I have to find time to do? When am I going to do this? I have to make time to shoot the videos for the fight conditioning program, because if I don't, that'll never launch. The feedback coming back on it is phenomenal. People are really liking it. Having a fighting spirit is something that martial arts can teach you. But I don't know how often it changes through martial arts. I think that's one of those that comes from parents. Martial arts can help mold it. But I think the way we're raised is a big piece of that. Are you going to keep going, or are you going to give up? I think coming into martial arts with some of that is important. Otherwise, especially in today's, in the modern view, we tend to shy away from things that are hard. That's where the benefits are. Next, from Choi Hong Hi. Time waits for no man. My favorite quote about time comes from a movie that sometimes I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I like. It's called A Lot Like Love, and it's got Amanda Peet and Ashton Kutcher. And there's a line in there, Ashton Kutcher's brother says, am I going to get it right? Probably going to end up paraphrasing. This is your life right now. It doesn't wait for you to get things together. We all know people who, success and perfection and what they want is just on the other side of that rise. Time keeps going. I have friends who their life hasn't changed in 20 years. Friends I graduated high school with, and they're doing the same stuff. Thinking of one in particular. Life is the same pile of misadventures. Just the pieces in the puzzle change. Not still putting it together. Maybe someday it'll work out. Maybe not. I've also read quotes and seen it even in movies where life is what happens in between the big moments. A job promotion, marriage, kids, buying the house. It's all the little stuff in between. And if you think about it, at least if I think about it, when I think of my memories, it's little stuff. When I think of friends, I don't think of their wedding. I think of, these little anecdotes, these trivial little things. In one sense, they don't matter, but on the other hand, that's all life is. It's a pile of those. We have to appreciate those. We have to value those little things, those moments, because they're all we have. One more for today. This will be looks like a short episode today, and that's totally fine by me. I was reading something the other day. This show was originally intended to be 5 to 10 minutes. And now 15 or 20 is a short episode. Holding on to anger is like poisoning yourself and hoping someone else will die. Gautama Buddha. You ever been really mad at somebody and they don't care? What's the point? One of the biggest changes that I'm making in my life over the last few years is to stop giving people so many chances. To value myself enough that you don't get 10 strikes. You don't even get 3 with me anymore. You get 2. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, right? I'll give people 2. And then I gotta move on. Because when you invest your energy in a person, in any way that you might do that, that's energy you can't invest in someone else or something else. The time you spend at work should be on the most important things. When I look at my list, my crazy calendar, one of the things I'm continuing to get better at is identifying what are the most important things to work on. Work on those first, get those done. Invest that energy where it's going to have the best return. Anger doesn't have a return. Doesn't benefit you at all. If someone wrongs you, take it as a lesson. If there's a quote that I'm trying to remember around lending to someone. No, maybe it's not a quote. Anyway, if you lend someone $20 and they never pay it back, it cost you $20 to learn that person does not warrant your trust. Could have been a lot more. Right, Cat? Yeah. I think that's a good place to end. Oh, by the way, if you have Netflix, Old Guard, the movie with Charlize Theron, pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. Watch that Sunday. You should check that out. Wasn't quite what I expected it to be, which I liked. The fight scenes are quite good. Varied from scene to scene. I watched it with a buddy of mine, and he was picking up that there was a lot of sambo in it. You don't see sambo too often in fight scenes. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go drink some more coffee. Start my day. I hope you have a good day. I hope you'll leave me some stuff to respond to tomorrow. Drop me some comments or questions below. I'll be back 6:30 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern, U.S. Or maybe listen later, watch later. That's cool too. Whatever you're doing, have a good day. And spend your time and your energy wisely. Take care, everybody. Peace.